Alright, well, I'm not even sure exactly where I left off or what I've already talked about. So I might repeat a few things, but I just want to start this video off with weird stuff that happened at work today. So, um, for one, I never mentioned 2 nights ago, my laptop was closed for hours. I went to bed at like 1 in the morning, and I woke up at 3:33 a.m. when I looked at my phone, and it was 3:33, and my laptop was talking. Like, it was closed, but like there was a news article playing or something. But by the time I got to it, I didn't get to see what it was. But it was just really weird. It just like started playing at like 2 hours after I went to bed for no reason. The laptop was even closed. But and it, like I said, 3:33. That all deals with Philadelphia, because on October 27th this year, Philadelphia will be 333 years old. And then November 29th is also the 333rd day of the year, and it's 33 days after October 27th. So, all of this Lincoln, Nebraska stuff, um, I don't know. I'm wondering if somehow it's just foreshadowing Philadelphia. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out, but maybe not. You know, who knows? Just throwing that out there. But later on in the day, so I go to my break and whatnot, and I finally I listen to podcasts and other people's videos sometimes while I'm at work because I just type, And I was typing in checks, and the first check that I got, I've been talking about the number 60 all last night or whatever. So the first check that I got that was for $60. I mean, the address was 654 Lincoln Avenue. And I'm like, what in the world, That's just some strange stuff. And then it was like not even 3 documents later. One, two. It was three later. And I got a money order. And the address on it was Moses Lake, Wisconsin. And then exactly the next document after that, the address on it was Lincoln City. And then the one after that was Des Moines, Iowa. Now, that's really interesting because I talked about the Moses connection in the Delta State University shooting and why it has to do with Nebraska and all the videos, parting the Red Sea, Moses, whatever. And then Lincoln City would be Lincoln, Nebraska. And I talked about how I might just take a drive east because I live like a little bit east of Lincoln. So I thought I would drive east. In my head, I was thinking like just go to Des Moines or something that's a little bit farther away. And that's just really strange to me. So I just wanted to point that out there and document it. I don't know. It's what are the odds that them three would come up in a row? So, anyway, I also noticed at work, I talked about the number 41 a lot. Well, my password at work, they make you update it even though I don't know what they're going to steal. Who's going to steal my anything at work, but it's always the same password and then I change the number every time. But I just realized the number is 41 at the end of it. So that was just strange to me as well. And weird, I stop it right here at 3:33, like for no reason, and I'm just going to tell you about when I first got on the computer like 10 minutes ago, I went to my YouTube and it said I had 333 subscribers, and then I clicked on my last video to kind of see where I left off, and then it takes you back out and then it says 335. It changes all the time. It's really crazy, but just some weird stuff. And see, look, it's back at 3:33. So I was going to come in here because I got a comment on one of these videos that talked about Moses again, and it was just really interesting. I wanted to show you, and then kind of look back through it here. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio was named after Moses Cleveland. So I wanted to check out Moses Cleveland. Let's go back to my homepage to see if it's changed. Well, now it won't change. What in the world? No, there we go. 335 now. That's just some strange stuff. But anyway, let's look at Moses Cleveland. Actually, we'll just go to Cleveland, Ohio. Well, it says right here, Moses Cleveland, who founded the U.S. city of Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, what are the odds of that? The Delta State University shooting happens in Cleveland, Mississippi. We talked about the Moses references. The first guy to own a house in that town was on the bayou was a Moses, and then the guy who founds Cleveland, Ohio, is named Moses. That is ridiculous. Even died at the age of 52. He even spells it a little bit different, with an A in there. And Cleveland, the way he spells it, is literally 34. Alright, and seriously, maybe I'm doing something that I'm not understanding, but my iTunes just started playing again for no reason at all. I don't know if you heard it. I don't get it whatsoever. I don't know. Maybe I'm clicking something. I don't get it though. I'm not clicking anything. I'm clicking the little stop thing and the record thing in the bottom left corner, and there's nothing down there. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Now it started playing Edema, the full album Edema. Just weird. Weird. Alright, whatever. Just wanted to pull it up. I don't see anything. It doesn't really add up to much in Gematria, so who really knows? I don't know. It was playing the full album, so it just started with this song. Who knows? It's just really interesting considering that happened the other night. And this song came up, the Pitbull song Timber. And like they say, it's going down. I'm yelling timber or whatever. And like, I don't know. It's pretty crazy that would pop up. And with everything that I've been talking about and whatnot. So, an interesting thing we talked about a lot of like time travel and Back to the Future stuff. But this music video, it says, Keisha filmed her scenes on November 5th, while Pitbull filmed his scenes 1 week later on November 12th. Them were the Back to the Future days. That's when he goes back in time to 1955, and this is when he goes back to 1985. So, thought that was kind of interesting, but not going to keep talking about it. You can check out the lyrics. Like I said, who knows? Maybe it's the second time it's happened, so maybe it's something to do with this trackpad and there's some secret thing that opens up your iTunes with, I don't know. I don't get it. It's pretty strange though. Alright, anyway, sorry, let's get back on task here. So, just some random things that I typed in. So, the whole point of this Nebraska game is it will be the 343rd sellout crowd or whatever, sold out crowd. And I just typed in sold out crowd and it adds to 52. Also, throne game adds to 52. Zionist Jews adds to 52. And all these 122s, 5-2, like May 2nd, is the 122nd day. Even if you do this backwards as a date, 2/21 is the 52nd day of the year. Tons of stuff with it. Talked about it a lot, but Nebraska Black Shirts, the starting defense, 122. Husker fans, 122. This is the guy that was responsible for them being called the Black Shirts. His name adds up to 122. This is the guy who took over for him, and that's when it really got established in the media or whatever. So Monty Kiffin, 122. These two guys also both add to 59 in Pythagorean Gematria. Which, interesting, 59, it goes with Civil War and whatnot, but also, like, Dylan Roof, the kid who shot up the Charleston church, and, that, like I said, the connection to Fort Calhoun, Nebraska, and the church he shot was 110 Calhoun Street, but his name adds to 52. He was also born on 4/3. I mean, what are the odds of that? He was even 21 years old. I've talked about the significance of the 12 and the 21. It's all to do with the 12 tribes of Israel. Also, 2/1, like February 1st, there's 333 days left until the end of the year. And that's how it ties into Philadelphia. Abraham Lincoln also was shot with a Philadelphia Derringer at Ford's Theater, which adds up to 58, a number we've been seeing a lot lately around Abe Lincoln. But this kid, the weapon that he used, a Glock 41. So, another 41. Even the word devil adds up to 52. And check out, like, Rigged Sports. 157. Just like Nebraska's greatest coach ever, They coached for 34 seasons, 157. Just like Brooke Behringer, who's on the statue with him outside of Memorial Stadium, 157. There's even more. I just can't even remember them all right now. They're in my previous videos, but just the word rigged, 41. I mean, what are the odds of all this stuff that just goes together? It's just craziness. I wonder. And then it's like, how do they rig every game? Like, how do they rig all the plays and whatnot? And all I could think about is either magic, or I thought of the movie Angels in the Outfield. The word angels is 58. And they have the one movie, Angels in the End Zone, even. So the Angels do go to football games. I don't know. It's pretty weird stuff. I'm just throwing it out there. It made me think of that. And I look up Angels, and Angels is 58. And I never talked about this, I don't think. This was the play that Abe Lincoln got shot at. It came out on October 15th, 1858. I talked about how Ford's Theater adds up to 58. October 15th is even interesting. I've talked about it's the first day of the Gregorian calendar, and this year it's also the 89th Catholic World Mission Day. That ties in with Queen Elizabeth. But next year, in 2016, the Gregorian calendar will be 434 years old. So 4334. Also, Pennsylvania Avenue is a street in Washington, D.C. that connects the White House and the United States Capitol. And it says the avenue runs for a total of 5.8 miles inside Washington, but 1.2 miles of Pennsylvania Avenue from White House to the United States Capitol building. So another 5.8. Even if you add up Washington, D.C. and Gematria, Washington, D.C., adds up to 56. That's interesting because Abe Lincoln died there at the age of 56 in the year 65. And while I'm here, I forgot to put in some of these. So the word Confederates. Confederates is 52. The word assassination. If I could spell it right. 43. All about Abe Lincoln. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, in simple gematria, Pope Francis is 122, just like all these other ones. Even I've talked about San Francisco and even Kansas City are 122. And the day of this game is the 926 or 269. That's the first day that Pope Francis will be in Philadelphia when he comes to the United States. And interesting, if you type in University of Nebraska Lincoln, that's what it's actually called, 333. And I talked about why that ties into Philadelphia. That's why another reason why I think maybe nothing is going to happen in Nebraska. Maybe it's just some type of foreshadowing for Philadelphia. Still makes you wonder, though, because of the Calhoun stuff and the nuclear power thing. And then it's named after John Calhoun. And John Calhoun in Gematria is 121 and 49. The word revelation is also 49 and 121. And also, Obama reopened Ford's Theater on February 12th, 2009. And that was on Lincoln's 200th birthday. But it says that it has a current capacity of 661. So let's look at prime numbers real quick. 661 is the 121st prime number. And as I'm looking through here, 269 is the 57th prime. If you add up the word 57, it adds up to 50. And you go to the 50th prime, it's 222.9. So that would be like the day Pope Francis is coming to the United States. Also, if it's 229, and a leap year would be the 60th day of the year. Who knows? That could be a stretch. Just found that interesting. So whether or not Nebraska loses this week or wins, they're going to go in either 2-1 or 1-2. And I talked about all the 12s and whatever, but Miami Hurricanes, who they play, they add up to 161, and 161 adds up to 239.